Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody. This is a very exciting video. This is part 2 of our 1,000 subscriber celebration video. This is the exciting one, probably more so for you guys, the viewers. This is our winner announcement video. This will be the video where we announce the winners of each of the 7 questions we asked. So we're really excited to dive in. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone who participated. I think we ended up having over like 276 or so like participants. So it was a lot of questions for us to dive into, a lot of answers, I should say. And they were very thoughtful. Some of these I would recommend if you guys have free time to go through and look at some of the other viewers' answers. It's really cool just to get some like backstory on how they play Magic, like what they snack on, just kind of give you an insight of like what their player pod's like. So, but yeah, thank you so much for participating and giving these super thoughtful answers. First off, I want to address the elephant or elephants in the room from our last video. If you guys have noticed, both Daniel and I got haircuts. We did not plan this together.
We did.
Yeah.
I didn't even I forgot all about that.
Yeah. I used to have a big beard and Daniel used to have the long hair. And ultimately, we've chopped it all off just in time for the warm weather.
We looked like degenerates, and our wives wouldn't touch us, so we had to do something.
Honestly, yeah, that's very much the truth. Like, not one single person told me that they missed my beard. So, like, I think a lot of people,
yeah,
they're all like, "Man, you look so much better." And I was like, "Okay, that's a subtle hint of like you should have shaved months ago." Like,
those two hobos running the YouTube channel over there.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into the winners. We'll start with the question 1. And this is the big winner for the Lord of the Rings starter deck.
We basically picked 3 finalists for each question that we felt like those were our 3 favorite. We just wanted to go over those to just share that kind of with you guys as well. All right, here is number 1, a kind of a unique character that we just didn't see a ton of repetition for, and it came to us courtesy of @4.7.1, and they said, "Love the Nazgul," and this was probably the only Nazgul answer. So I always thought they looked badass and love the aesthetic, which I think everyone can relate to that. The Nazgul were very cool, like baddies especially in Fellowship.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like from the jump, they show up at that one guy's doorstep, and Shire. And like, whoa, dog! Like,
yeah, well, especially because seeing them for the first time, like they're still awesome in like Return of the King at the end. They're riding the fell beast and stuff, and they're still awesome. But seeing them the first time, they're like, and they were riding and they're trying to get to Weathertop, and then they're chasing them, and they're at the river together, and like says, she says all that stuff, and then the water comes pouring down through there. Just had
to wash them away.
Brain fart cool. on her name. It's Arwen
Liv Tyler.
Yeah, there you go. I feel bad because I really like Lord of the Rings, and I just am totally spaced on the name right now.
So our second submission comes from Full Metal Cross 9818, and they said, my favorite Lord of the Rings character would have to be Treebeard. When the Ents attack Isengard, knowing they are doomed regardless if they survive or not, was such a powerful or sorrowful moment in the story. Then seeing them unleash the full fury of the forest on Saruman was incredible. The card Last March of the Ents really resonates with me. That was a really cool
card too.
It's a great card, and that was a really iconic scene from
for sure
and the movies.
Just the release the river and they break the dam like this, like that. That's cool for sure.
Absolutely cool. All right, and then our third and final entry for the first question that made it to the top 3 comes from Nicole Shrinks, and she said, my favorite Lord of the Rings character would have to be Boromir. His story is his whole thing as a foil to Aragorn, showing the lesser traits of humanity, but also our redemption as well. We may be prideful, impulsive, think we know best, but we're also fiercely loyal and we'll do the right thing when it counts. Super thoughtful answer, and that character development, you do see it happen. He goes from that super gruff like character that's like, this is stupid. Like, why are these hobbits here? Like all these things, and then you really see like him kind of come full circle there at the end. Ultimately, it shows to like, okay, the greater good is more important than my wants and needs. So yeah, that's a very thoughtful answer. Yeah. So who's our big winner, Daniel?
Our big winner for the first giveaway is Nicole Shrinks. That was our favorite answer.
Nice. Yeah. Great job, Nicole. Again, We're going to respond to all these comments. We'll do this off video, but if you're watching this video, please reach out to us, southern.sorcerymtg@gmail.com. We will put that in the comment. There'll be no other, outlets. So if you guys are seeing like, I know there's like a lot of spam out there, but that's our only Gmail account, and we're never going to ask you for any financial information, anything like that. So ignore that if you're getting kind of spam. We'll just direct message through the email. We'll verify you are who you say you are. We'll get an address and we'll get everything shipped out. All right, let's go to question number 2. What was that question, Daniel?
Question number 2 is, where is your favorite place to play?
Yeah, Kevin said, my favorite place to play Magic is at my school's Gamers Club. I really like this answer because that's such a cool concept to me. That's a thing. Like,
that they get to play Magic at school. That's super cool.
I'll be very honest. When I was school, and I was in the school in the mid or early 2000s, playing Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all those like TCGs that were out, was not popular, was not cool at all. Nerd! So there was no concept of a gamers club at school.
Right.
So you had to go to the LGS if you wanted to play. But now I think that's really kind of, changed, and a lot of like people play games. It's not such an asterisk beside your name if you're a nerd.
Nerd culture in general has more of mainstream cool points versus like in the 90s and 2000s.
Oh yeah.
Same thing. Like I played sports in high school and in college, and I was homeschooled, so I was already a nerd for that reason. But even among that, I didn't know anyone who played any of this stuff. Like Pokemon on Game Boy was about the only exposure I had to any TCG game. We had Pogs.
Pogs, yeah. Really dating ourselves now. Pogs, folks. We were literally playing with round pieces of cardboard. No text on them. They were just pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Jacks, but dumber.
Yeah, that's right. Calder Studios 6453 says, my favorite place to play the game is with my best friends. It could be a McDonald's, a hotel, or even an airport floor during a layover. With the boys is the best place, any format, and wallets prepared for throwing. I agree, man. Magic is not the cheapest thing in the world to play, and it could be frustrating. So I get that. I love, like, really just any place, anytime, essentially. Like, give me a McDonald's, give me a spot, and we'll throw down. I thought that was really cool.
And then the third one was Chaos EDH.
Chaos EDH says, despite having LGS right up the road, I'm not really comfortable playing there anymore. So Spell Table is my favorite place to play because my Magic family is there and I love them all. How true. We all experienced COVID, the 2020, the pandemic, and it really forced us to utilize a lot of tools that we haven't used before, and now Spell Table has become one of our main tools we use to stream with other people with. So I like that. I like that you found a Magic family, and you love them. It's a cool community to be part of. So another thoughtful answer. Really, really cool to read that.
And our winner for the second giveaway is Chaos EDH.
Boom. Here we go. Yeah. So Chaos, congrats. Thank you so much for participating. Love this answer again. I'm glad you found your Magic family on Spell Table. It's awesome. Hit us up if you want to play on Spell Table. We're definitely down to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Please respond to the comment. We'll throw, like I said, once this video is done, we'll throw comments on all of the responses here. So be sure to respond. We'll get some verifications out of the way, and then we will get this stuff shipped out to you as quickly as we can. Oh, this was for our.
I was going to say the Challenger decks, right?
Yep, this was for the Challenger decks. So now you got 4 Challenger decks that you can bust out, take apart, do whatever you want with them. They're pretty fun. Out of the box, ready to play standard with. So if you ever want to learn some 60 card format type stuff, you've got some pre-cons ready to roll. So this question correlates to the Commander kit number 1. This is the Deadly Disguise pre-con, and this will have a Sauron playmat with the Nerd Gear Commander Essentials kit. So our first contestant in this question is Lord Carry Bear. And they said, this is the what's your favorite snack while playing? This was a very interesting question. Got a lot of fun answers with this one. My favorite snack is for sure a big ass monster and some of those Hostess chocolate cupcakes with cream filling. Those are delicious. If the boys are doing morning sessions of Magic, I'm getting donuts every time. Follow-up question for Lord Carry Bear. What's your go-to donut? Mine's Krispy Kreme. I'm a Krispy Kreme guy. That's my favorite.
I love the white powdered, like Sweet 16 Hostess, sugar cake donuts. I'm not Krispy Kreme are good. I can just only eat one. They're so if I eat more than one, I start feeling a little sickly.
Oh, it's so much sugar, so much
yeah, it's just an
grease. Yeah,
overload. But
absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, and I'm sure the cake donuts aren't really much better for you, but man, I could probably eat a whole bag of those. They just don't make me feel sick that way. Of course, gorge yourself on any of them, but
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, they are donuts though.
donuts are donuts. There's no healthy aspect about a donut,
No,
but they're
not at all.
delicious. I love donuts. All right, who is our second participant here?
Joshua Lewis.
Cashews. They're pricier, but I love them, and they don't leave any kind of residue, which is true. I love salt and vinegar chips, but the residue they leave on fingers make them not great for playing Magic. I like this because just kind of walking through like my mindset. I love cashews. I love like sweet, savory type stuff. So like salt vinegar chips are always a go to with like something sweet. Cashews are expensive. I saw this and I couldn't agree
Man,
more.
all nuts are
Nuts are so I
yeah,
didn't
nuts
our
are
nuts
just
hard
so
like
expensive.
yeah.
I
They
never really paid
literally
attention to it until I worked at a place that used them. Then I was like, I'm paying $300 for a case of candied pecans. What in God's name?
yeah.
Like, this
So
is
expensive.
insane.
Yeah.
Macadamias are crazy expensive too,
Oh
but
yeah.
all of them, even just peanuts, are by far the cheapest, and they're still not cheap.
No. No, I went to the store the other day and got just a couple bags of trail mix I have to snack on.
Yeah, it's
Like
expensive.
$16 a bag, and that's just
Yeah,
because
yeah, because
because
of
of the
all the
nuts
nuts.
that are in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, Steven, I'm gonna butcher this, but Steven Neosay Ben. Steven Neosay Ben, that's the username. This was one of my favorite snacks because I've never heard of this before. Favorite snack is salted egg chips.
Yep,
Go
never heard of it.
figure. Never heard of it either. I looked it up.
Yeah,
It's
we had to be like, what the hell are
I think it's a
egg chips?
Chinese chip flavor that's pretty popular. I can't remember if it's from I can't remember where
It's
we
from the city state, Singapore.
I think so that or, right, yeah, I could
Maybe
be
it was
wrong, but yeah.
Singapore. I can't
Yeah.
remember either.
Very popular in Asia essentially. And it has made its way here to America, obviously.
Yeah, we can get them here.
Yeah,
They're a little expensive to get here, but
they are. Yeah.
I really want to try them now.
I
Just
do, yeah,
to say I've
yeah,
had it.
yeah, exactly. Because Steven here hyping them up, but he says
Yeah.
it's sweet, it's savory, it's great to share with everyone around the table, and this was my favorite part. And it keeps us hydrated during long plays by forcing us to drink lots of water to wash it all down. So the
How
salt
salty.
content has to be like,
Through the roof. Like eat a
exactly.
chip, chug of
Yeah.
water.
Steven, thank you again for participating. Loved reading all of your answers. It's great to just get some of these off the wall snacks. Hey, we're gonna try them and we'll let you know, man. We'll keep you
Yeah.
posted. Yeah. All right, and our
And
lucky
then
winner.
our winner for this commander kit is going to be Lord Carry Bear with the
Nice, Lord Carry Bear.
monster and the
Congratulations. This was the one that wanted,
donuts. Yeah.
yep, donuts on donuts. So yes, we will put a comment on your answer. There'll be a comment to this one. Obviously, the same drill. You know the drill. Just shoot that email to us, verify who you are, verify that you are subscribed to our channel, and then we'll get some shipping info and get that kit out to you. Question number 4 for Commander Kit number 2.
4 was favorite commanders.
Yeah, who's your
And
favorite commander? Jackhacks 1000 says favorite commander is a tough choice for sure. I gotta say, I always love pulling out my Norn the Weary mono red chaos deck. Just silly shenanigans with Warp World and Thieves Auction. Oddly enough, there were 2 people out of the 270, answers that both said Norin. I love Norin the Weary. I play him in my Perforos deck. Just the fact that he just bounces upon pretty much any game action causes him to like basically leave the battlefield to come back. There are a lot of silly shenanigans. I love this answer. That's fun. That's your favorite commander that I really like that. Plus you running him as the commander in a mono red deck just means that the only way to run him is with shenanigans.
Yep. Yeah. No other way around it as the commander.
Yeah. Crisco Fields 7242. Number 4, my favorite commander is Teamer Surak. So this is the original Surak. I have the current iteration as Oops All Creatures. And I've had it way too long. Surak slaps and gives all my creatures trample and makes it so they cannot be countered. This was a one-off. Yeah, this is a one-off answer. Surak is gross. The trample effect, the can't counters. I mean, that's the bomb. Like if you're gonna run these big fatty creatures that can't be countered, like if you can't stop a crater hoof from coming down,
God,
it's just like, oh man, all the it's just I can't counter it.
Avengers, Zendikar.
Avengers, all these things you would normally counter on site, like you can't do it. So that is fun. And this was a unique one. Like I said, out of all the answers, this was the only person who submitted a Surak deck. And I think that's pretty cool that is your favorite commander.
And then the last one was Doc Voord.
This was a very thoughtful answer, but we've got Urtet, Remnant of Nimnarch. This one's pretty recent, so it's a pretty
Yeah.
new commander.
Phyrexia
Um,
LB1.
which is a really fun set. It's one of the first commander decks I ever built, and it started off decently strong, and I've just been slowly tuning it up every time I get a new powerful card that can fit into it. It's got plenty of dumb alt-win cons, including a way to win the turn I play a Millennium Calendar, using some Doctor Who cards to transfer time counters onto it, along with the deck being an infinite mana, infinite untap engine. So, go figure. Artifact deck that also has access to 5 colors can be broken
Pretty
like that.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. But I liked it. I like the fact that you recently were able to get that deck, kind of build it. I have yet to play against one, but I've seen
Yeah,
some of
I
the
haven't either.
gameplays. I think on game nights,
Yeah,
Josh Lee
Josh
Ply,
played one. Yeah.
yeah, he played one. It was very strong. I've seen people that have built it with changelings that still
Mm,
count as mirrors, so it
right.
still runs like the mechanics are still pretty popular or powerful. So really cool. I like how you described that, basically like how it how it wins and why you like it. So thank you for your submission, Dr. Vord.
And then our winner for this commander bundle is Chakax 1000 with Norin.
Chakax 1000 with Norin the Weary. I just, Norin deserves more credit than he gets. He's a scaredy cat, but man, he's a fun scaredy cat to play with. Chakax, please check your comments here on this the submission. Like I said, we're gonna throw this in at the end of the video. I'm gonna say this at nauseum, so sorry for every time I say it. Just want to stress it. Check our comment. Like I said, it'll come from the official Southern Sorcery YouTube account. And let us get some verification stuff out of the way, and we'll get that commander kit shipped to you. Commander kit number 2. This is the Revenant Recon with the Demonic Tutor play mat, and this will be the Trying Casually commander kit, where you get the command zone kit. So those will all be coming your way. Question number 5, and that is, besides us, who is your favorite Magic content creator? Satina5951. He said, "Yo, congrats on the 1,000 subs." As Palpatine would say, "We will watch your career with great interest." All right. Number 5. My favorite content creator would be, and forgive me, Carlos, I'm probably butchering this, the Infrectuentes. I don't know. I won't keep saying it because I'm just going to keep butchering it. But
Stop! He's already dead.
He just keeps saying it so badly.
Yeah,
he just keeps saying it.
He
Won't
keeps,
stop.
Yeah, just stop. Yeah, it is one of the few channels in Spanish that play MTG and role playing games in general. Plus, the content they make and the effort they put into their videos is impressive. I like their humor, and they give good advice on how to improve decks. That's awesome. I love that Magic has even now started to reach into other. I mean, it's always been a part of other countries, but like I think the content creation side of it's probably slowly dripping into that.
Yeah.
So to see some of these Spanish channels get some love is it's all good. It's a worldwide game, so really cool to see that take effect. So congrats on or thank you for the submission, Carlos. I really appreciate that. All right, Fet's Bounty number 5. They say, "I do enjoy Covert Go Crew a lot, and I love their worst possible commander show format where they describe the worst possible thing their decks can do. I tend to start my games the same way now because of them. It certainly has helped minimize any salt, as now they can expect what can happen." I'm not familiar with this channel. I do want to go give them a watch. This is a really cool question because it gave me a lot of like content creators I've never heard of.
Yeah.
A lot of small market content creators such as ourselves. So it's really cool to see you guys and gals, submit
Shout
some
out
of
these other
because we're all trying to build together, and so get an
Yes.
opportunity to go check these channels out, and it's awesome. So, but I really love this worst possible commander format where it's this deck, the worst case scenario, you're looking at this to fight against. So there's no
I
curveball.
agree. As opposed to saying like, "Oh, my deck's a 7." Like, well, okay, but what does that mean to you? It's such a subjective thing to like.
It is
say a number as a power level, and you see this all the time, and you see this conversation being had all the time. Is like, well, what could take the place of the number scale because it's broken, and that's a great way to do it. Is like, hey, here's what my deck wants to do. Here's the worst thing it could do. It'll crater hoof, or it'll infinite combo with this, or like, well, if I was to have this and this out, it would or it's going to do this by turn whatever. Those are all really good like rule 0 conversations that are much more accurate than just saying, well, my deck's a 7.
Not all 7s are created equal. Like you said, it's subjective. My 7 versus your 7 could be an 8 versus a 4. It's all subjective. Very thoughtful answer. Thank you for submitting that response, Fet's Bounty 07. So Tobias Schwer 7315. Again, I apologize for butchering everybody's names. I'm a fan of small content creators. Thank you. And one of my favorites of them is, aside from you, Salubrious Snail, because I enjoy his teaching videos and to get new impulses about what I could do better with my decks. I think as we've grown, and Daniel, you can certainly attest to this, that we have found that you as viewers really enjoy deck techs. I think everyone enjoys finding new strategies, seeing them live versus going to like EDH Rec and just like seeing the statistics. But if you can actually like visually kind of see some cards or at least like explanations as to why it's added versus just, it's there because it's popular. I think
Yeah.
that was very much a popular answer. It's like, I enjoy this
Yeah.
channel because I can learn more about decks.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see that.
A lot of people that are out there doing deck techs, but everyone does them a little bit differently, right? What I like with this commander, most commanders do a plethora of things, but I want to lean into this thing because that's the thing that resonates with me the most. Like this commander does this thing, and I built the deck around this part of the mechanic of that commander. And I mean, there's 100 cards in every deck, so I mean, no one build is going to be exactly the same as somebody else's. I mean, unless you just intentionally copy a deck in its entirety. But I am constantly taking stuff in and out of my decks as I've played, and like, hey, that thing did the thing, but didn't do it the way I wanted it to, or maybe it didn't work exactly the right way, or the mana cost was a little too high and it ended up being a little too situational. And so you're only really going to figure that out by looking at lots of other people's content, seeing how they're doing it, and then playing it yourself until you find the way that feels the most fun for you.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's definitely something where you guys are willing to spend some time with that kind of content.
Yeah.
And we thank you for
A
that.
lot. Yeah, it means a
we
lot.
thank you for
Especially
that.
shout out to small channels. It's near and dear to our hearts, obviously.
And then the winner for this one is Fet's Bounty 07.
Fet's Bounty, nice. Fet's Bounty had a really cool answer. The covert go crew. Definitely going to give them a look just to see, especially what this worst possible commander segment is. Really excited about that. I enjoy that concept. So yeah, just be on the lookout for a comment from us. And you are going home, sir, with a commander kit number 3. This is the Blame Game with the Imperial Seal playmat and the Nerd Gear Commander Essential Kit. Also meant to shout out, sorry, all these are going to come with the Proxy Forge upgrades with their tokens.
Oh, yes.
So you'll be able to intertwine those into the deck and then add some really cool tokens that are custom art. Really good material as well, so they're high quality.
Some cool stuff right here. They sent me this really cool pack of soul rings that they have custom art for. So yeah, they're very cool. And then like here's here's one for the Blame Game. So it comes with a alt version of the commander, which is Nelly Borka for this one, and then several other cards that upgrade the deck. And then, like he was saying, the tokens and stuff as well for the deck.
Yep.
So very
Absolutely.
cool.
Yeah. So cool way to swag your deck out, kind of make it look unique. Again, thanks to Proxy Forge, all of our sponsors that hopped in on these giveaways. Huge shout out. Thank you for everything that you did. But yeah, Fet's Bounty, be on the lookout for that comment, and we will get some verification stuff knocked out and have that shipped out to you as quick as we can. All right. Question number 6. This was a fun one too. Who is your favorite Planeswalker? And then we added a caveat here. This could be for playability or lore, because we got a lot of answers, based on people just like, I love this Planeswalker because it's broken and I can play it in the game, or I love this Planeswalker because I love their story, or they just look super cool.
And our first entrant for this one is Sophia.
Sophia Atlier. I'm going to say it. 313. Sophia says, Tamio. I always loved how she was pretty much the scientist of Magic MTG. Always curious, exploring, and just wanting to learn about everything. I hate that they killed her off. Sophia, I will say one thing about Magic is, you're never really dead. They can always bring her, back. And I could definitely see a character like Tamio coming back. You're right. She was very much like the brains of the Guild Pact, very much like giving in thought, insightful like strategies and just a lot of that type of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't make a return. Plus, her son's still alive in the story. If you read the story, her son still makes it. So maybe there's some correlation there. We'll see. But I really enjoyed that. Tamio was not a very popular answer. This was a really unique one. So enjoyed, the reasoning behind why you chose Tamio.
Our second entrant was Jadam.
Jam said, my favorite Planeswalker is easily Ral Zarek. It was one of the first places I'd seen gay representation in things I directly interacted with that wasn't a character or demeaning in nature. Him being a good character who was also a character I could resonate with helped build my confidence as a gay man in the South and start branching out to find more positive representation like him. Probably one of our most thoughtful answers, just laying a lot of that out there. Really
Yeah.
appreciate you sharing this. I know that, you know, we're obviously from the South or anywhere in this world, people can be mean. So it's really cool that you're able to find some common ground with Raul Zarek. I know the MTG community as a whole is very friendly to the gay community. So glad that those arms are
Yeah.
open and that you have a safe place. But really awesome, you know, just to share this type of answer.
Yeah.
This is super thoughtful.
Well, and
And
it's nice to see, Wizards doing something that's good and right. And so shout out to them. I feel like the popular opinion is that Wizards can never do anything right and that the sets are bad and the money is too, they're too expensive. And those things may be true, but a lot of that is on the CEO, CFO. Like there's always a disconnect between boots on the ground. So like the people designing the cards and designing the sets and the artists and those kinds of people. And then like the upper management of a company, there's always going to be a disconnect. So, it's good to see the people that love and care about Magic taking care of the community that loves and cares about Magic. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. At the end of the day, you're right. Magic gets a lot of flack, and they always will because it's the easiest to
sure. Yeah, of
to get
course.
flack to the
Well,
to
it's hard.
the
It's hard
parent
to look
company.
away from a train wreck. So,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're trying to get
um,
views, it's the low hanging fruit for sure.
yeah. And Rouse Eric is also cool because the dude can straight up like control lightning.
That's
He's
pretty
just
badass.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the overall Rouse Eric is a really cool commander or a really cool planeswalker that gets slept on sometimes as not being one of the main character. You know, like Jace, Johnny, all those.
Sure.
But really cool answer. Thank you for submitting this. And then we've got one more to look at. Rock Drummer. All right, Rock Drummer also gave a really thoughtful answer. Picking my favorite Planeswalker was a tough one. I don't really play Planeswalkers much, but I do absolutely love Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Being colorless is amazing, but mainly he's a big, bad, beefy dragon, and that's just dope. Yeah, I like that. Ugin is there was only one person who chose Ugin, I believe, and Ugin is the twin brother of Nicobolus. If you don't know the story, they were born in the same egg and nowhere near as popular as Nicobolus. Obviously, Nicobolus being the arch villain for a long time, got a lot of the credit. Ugin also had a lot of cool story. And his Planeswalker card absolutely broken. Does a lot of cool stuff. So this was a fun answer. I really enjoyed that you chose Ugin.
And the winner for this one is Jadaean.
Nice. Congrats. This was an awesome answer. Again, just really appreciate you sharing that information with us. It was really cool and glad that you found a safe space. Honestly, like the Magic community and finding representation in the right way, it's good. So we will be commenting on this section here that you had all your answers for. Be on the lookout for that. We'll get to, like I said, some verification stuff knocked out, and then we will get that stuff shipped out to you. And that is going to be our fourth and final commander kit. And this is the Deep Clue C. So congrats. This is, I think, statistically been the most popular one from Murders of Karlov Manor. This comes with a Damnation playmat, a Nerd Gear Essentials kit, the sleeves, the deck box, obviously the Proxy Forge tokens and proxies that we just spoke about. So all that will be headed your way. All right, time for, I think this will probably be the grand prize. This was a cool box. An entire box of Zendikar Rising. We opened it on the video, so you got to see all the goodies. We definitely hit some bangers. Agadeem's Awakening, Scoot Swarm, tons of just playable cards. So
for sure.
yeah, all that will be coming to this lucky winner. This question was, what's the holy grail of your Magic collection? You know, this could be what you have or maybe what you're looking for. We got a little bit of both, a lot of thoughtful answers here, a lot of cool stuff, a lot of stuff that was like sentimental versus just expensive. So it was really cool to read these answers. But let's dive into our top three here.
The first one here is DB James.
DB James 9985. Their answer says, My holy card in my collection would definitely be Sliver Queen, which is a great card. I started playing Magic in the mid-90s and remember Slivers first coming out in the Tempest block. Shout out Tempest block. That was also when I started playing and was also fascinated by them. And when Sliver Queen came out in Stronghold, even as a kid, I knew I'd had to have one someday. It's a card I've wanted for 25 years and recently had the opportunity to snag one, and I couldn't be happier about it. That's awesome. I can relate totally to this comment because there were so many cards, especially when I was broke. Playing Magic,
Sure.
because you know
Yeah.
I never thought I'd own a dual hand. I never thought I'd own a cradle, and now I've got them. Anytime I look at those cards still today, those chase cards, those Holy Grail cards, the fascination still doesn't wear off. I'm still in awe that I have them in my possession, my precious.
Yeah, since we started the channel, I've acquired a lot of cards via box openings and stuff as we've done that, and so I was essentially able to take a lot of the like $5 and $10 cards that I had and trade those in for a cradle as well. So that was pretty huge for me as a new player, and thankfully the market was at least in a place where that was reasonable for me to find one. Fortunately, I was able to snag that off of a guy who had an old collection and was just trying to sell it. So just right place, right time for me to be able to get that.
Found in an attic. I
Yeah.
had some, found in an attic. Just remembered that he used to play Magic 20 years ago. Was like, hey mom, can you get those cards out of the attic for me? Back page of the binder.
Guy's cradle.
Minty,
Yeah, very
cradle.
good. Yeah, very good shape.
Never saw play like
I
ever.
couldn't
So
have. It's in such great
no,
shape.
it's way too good a shape. Yeah. So what a cool story that you'll always have with the cradle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right. Who is number 2? So our second answer comes from JHY Fadub. I'm just going to assume that's how you pronounce that. But this was a cool one. Shieldred, the Apocalypse is my holy grail. Me and my son actually opened 2 from boosters. Congrats, because those cards financially bombs. So we were able to trade one in for the Pirate Precon. That's awesome to trade one card in for an entire Precon. And then she's currently in Nekusar, which just makes
Of course she is.
sense because Nekusar is just fantastic.
Yeah, of course she's in the Nekusar deck.
Yeah.
Just very cool that Magic is something you and your family can
Yes.
like do together. That's awesome. I have a 4-year-old and he wants to play Magic anytime I have it out, so I'm looking forward to that myself.
Yes, yeah, I'm hoping he becomes a Magic player. He likes it. Be fun to play with him one day. That'd be really cool.
Oh, for sure, that'd be very cool.
Nice. But yes, thank you for your answer. Very thoughtful, very heartwarming to know that you're playing this game with your family. All right, yeah, our third, Dr. Jimothy, which I love that name. Congrats on 1K. Look forward to that 10K milestone. Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Yes,
We do too.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yeah, that'd be awesome to see one day. The answer here, Lyra Dawnbringer, pre-release foil. My youngest daughter is named Lyra. A card holds a special place in my heart.
As you can tell,
such a absolutely. Yeah,
we're family guys.
yeah. But I mean, these answers were just so thoughtful. Like, I mean, it's hard not to pick these when they're just like a lot of like reasoning behind them. Like, this is why this card is my favorite. Like the story behind it. It was just really cool. And another card that's not worth a ton of money, but obviously holds a huge, place in sentimental place, for Dr. Jimothy's daughter here. So that's awesome. All right, and our grand prize winner
is DB James.
DB
James,
that
box.
Nice, very cool. The Sliver Queen. Love the story behind like how you got to it and why you wanted that card for so long. So an entire box of Zendikar that we opened on channel in the video will be coming your way. So look forward to all those. I will have all the nice, important financial stuff sleeved up and protected in bubble wrap for you. So no worries about getting it shipped out, but just be on the lookout for that comment. Look out for that comment. We'll get everything verified and we'll get that shipped out to you as quick as possible.
And that was our last one.
Yeah, again, ending on this video, thank you to everyone who participated, who shared, who liked videos, who got us here. 1,000 subscribers. We're already at close to 1,200, I think, now. So it's just, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep doing these awesome giveaways. We're going to keep giving back to the community. So be on the lookout for some really cool stuff. Like I said, we're just gonna try to keep it on this year. We've got some cons we're going to in Atlanta specifically. We've got Commander Fest coming to Atlanta. We'll definitely be there later this year. SCG Con's coming to Atlanta soon. If I can make it. I just had a kid, by the way, guys. So
a week today, right?
Yeah. She's a week old today. So I'm sleep deprived. Happy as can be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to try to make that one if I can, maybe for a day. It's still pretty, obviously she's only going to be a month-ish old, so
right.
We'll see. But if we're going to be, we'll definitely announce it. So we'd love to meet some of you in person. But again, thank you so much for these submissions. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah. We love
Thank
you
you for
all.
watching. Yeah, but
Thank you for
just
watching.
watching and a like go so far in
Yes.
helping us out
Yes.
with the algorithm, especially and that goes for every small channel that you guys come across and support. The best thing you can do for them is just consume the content and share the content and like it, because that's what YouTube looks at. So
Yeah, and then if we don't hear back from you, this is probably the downer side. If we don't hear back from you, we're going to try to reach out a couple times. We'll probably end up re-looking at the top 3, so that's why we did a top 3 this time around. So if we just don't hear back from somebody outright on a winner, I hope we do, because these are some awesome prizes. But
yeah, they're great.
we will eventually divert the prize to probably one of the 2 other
person,
finalists.
yeah.
Yep. So just be on the lookout. Watch this video. Like I said, we'll have comments. We'll do everything we can within our power to make sure we have a line of communication. But thanks again. We appreciate it.